the scenario. Here's the scenario.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Here's the Scenario. As Brendan says, your brand new favorite podcast with your old-timey hosts that you've known for years. I'm one of them, Mike Cannon. With me, as always,
This is Mike Feeney, and also
Brendan Sagalow. What's up, everybody?
What's up, guys? Don't you like how I do the intro and I basically throw away a joke only for the three of us, and you guys didn't even laugh hard?
Yeah, well, you know, it happens.
It was totally for us to like kind of get back into it and be lathered up and happy and ready to go, and both of you were like, ugh.
I just feel bad because I stunk up the last one, so I'm in that zone. I'm in the past. But you know what they say? Yesterday,
Be a goldfish.
Yes.
Ted Lasso.
Yesterday was history.
Best show.
Tomorrow is a mystery. All we have is right now, and today's a gift. That's why they call it the present.
Yuck. I'm sorry about that, everybody. This is not that type of podcast.
Everybody.
This is a hypothetical-based podcast. We do what-if scenarios, a bit of morality quizzes, certainly not quoting whatever we just heard.
Brendan's going through Brendan's going through a meditation personality kind of phase. So we're going to get a lot of these in the next few weeks.
A lot of this for a long time, and then I'm going to, I don't know, I guess dye my hair pink.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said that was from Kung Fu Panda, because I was like, what was that, an extra long fortune cookie? That's what that sounded like.
Yeah, it's from Kung Fu Panda. The turtle said it, but I'm sure it's this like Zen thing about it too.
Sure. Yeah. Or Chinese food restaurant place.
Yeah.
It was as deep as one of those.
Your lucky numbers are.
Well, let's not do that this early in the show.
Yeah, not in the public one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Laugh Button, for having us. Thank you guys for listening to the show and for leaving a 5-star review on iTunes or however you consume this. That helps. It helps us jump into the top 200 charts on the comedy. We got a Patreon as well where we do 2 additional episodes, the 3 of us per week. I also do a solo podcast. Feeney and Sagalow put all their content up there early. I put all my content up there early, do a bunch of behind the scenes Frank Rigatone stuff. They do behind the scenes stuff. You couldn't ask for more of us. If you want to join our Patreon, it's fantastic for as low as $5. So patreon.com/scenariopod. But for this one, baby, let's jump into the questions, Brendan.
Hell yeah. First question. It's a cutie. If you had to wear suspenders or a bow tie for the rest of your life, which would you pick? Suspenders or a bow tie?
Suspenders in a heartbeat, because doing that is one of my dreams, is like just kind of casually thumbing my suspenders while, shooting the shit about the weather or the stock market.
Yeah, also like having the suspenders, like you don't even need them on your chest. You can like put them down, they can hang, which is pretty fucking cool.
Who does that?
Some people do that. It's a
big
the
Brian Setzer Orchestra?
I don't know, but it's better than a fucking bow tie.
Riot! Throw back a bottle of beer.
You can't. I guess you can casually wear a bow tie if you loosen it up and you have it hanging like Sinatra.
Like you're always post-wedding.
Yeah. Like you're always like fucking 15 bottles in the bag.
Yeah, the wedding crashers. You're on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial or whatever it is.
That's the best part of the wedding, though, is when everybody just kind of untucks their shirt and pops the first 3 buttons down, and you're just letting your kind of hair dangle, the products out. You're on your like 7th whiskey. That's the best part.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. I guess this is hard, but also as a heavy guy, it's like, we look so silly in bow ties that it's like, but we also look horrible in suspenders too. Every time.
No, but the ties, like a bow tie is not doing you any favors, because what you want is a wide tie, because it covers up a lot of real estate that otherwise is kind of just naked and exposed.
Yeah. The biggest, widest tie on Brendan would look like a Texas tie.
A white tie. Wow. Jeez.
I would
never wear a white tie. Just have
I said widest.
Oh, wide. I thought you said whitest.
No. Then it would just mold into your body.
I wore a bow tie at a wedding a couple of months or like a year ago, and it was I was the belle of the ball, I would say. I was like the talk of the fucking. Now maybe they were talking shit behind my back. They're going, Jesus Christ, look at Tweedledee and Tweedledum. That guy looks like he ate Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of bow tie pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
you
were
were
you-
suspenders on that.
Were you
Yeah.
a part of the wedding party?
No, I just
You just went bow tie.
went bow tie. I fucking showed everybody up. It was awesome.
Where did you get a bow tie? Did you rent
He
it?
also wore his dark rimmed glasses and carried around his, talked about the preachings of Muhammad to everybody.
Yeah. Had white and black saddle shoes on.
Yeah.
I just when I went shopping to get like some more I needed another button up for the suit, like a suit button up and a dress shirt. What the fuck I'm talking
The
about here?
concept of looking good is so formal to you. You're just like the buttons on the fronts.
It's like a wife beater but with buttons.
Yeah, there's
And
also
sleeves.
there's also a flippy part. It flips from my neck. I don't get it.
So while I was there, I picked up a bow tie and it's fucking awesome. I still have it. I'll wear it any chance I get. I
Oh, you
don't
bought
care.
it?
Yeah.
So you
it was
so you
cheap. It was
made
like
the
a
decision of
clipboard.
this story. I love how you said suspenders at first, but you bought a fucking bow tie.
But it's like
Yes.
a clip-on bow tie, right?
Yeah, it's like a clip-on bow tie, but like
Oh, sorry for laughing at your fucking dumb buy, at your fucking $11 stupid bow tie buy.
oh, okay, yeah, whatever, dude.
At the very least, you better learn how to tie the goddamn thing. What are you
No
going
way.
around? What are you
No way.
clipping? You're clipping
There's
it?
Santa Clauses on it too. It's fucking hilarious.
So Brendan, that's
Yeah.
the worst. That's the worst purchase I've ever heard.
You could
in my
only go
life.
to December weddings?
He also
this was in, like,
can't
February.
He also can't wear it the way he said only bow ties look cool, which is casually
Yeah.
and untied
Yeah,
off
'cause
his
it's
neck.
just
It's
connected.
fully fucking stupid.
But also-
tied
wait
and then
a
a
minute.
hook on the other side.
yeah.
That's why they were talking about you. You were wearing a Santa Claus bow tie at an adult wedding.
Were you trying to molest
It
somebody?
I don't know, man. I was going through it, dude. That was when Jess turned to me while everybody at the wedding and went, all my friends are getting married. And I went, Daul, with the bow tie. I
And
went,
your tie snapped.
Yeah, you pulled the whole thing.
yeah.
He unclipped it. Uh-oh.
The clasp broke and fell on the ground. He's like, oh.
But if I were to go, this is the rest of your life, so you can only choose one or the other, and you have to wear it every day. I'm gonna
Yeah, I
say
don't want my
suspenders.
pants for falling. Now I save crazy money on belts.
Crazy money, dude.
Dude, I go through belts like nobody.
Do you?
Do you?
Yeah, man.
Why? Because they're pulled so tight? So you
Yeah,
stretch
usually
the
I gotta
last
like
hole?
I end
Yeah,
up.
you
Well,
they
you
have to
only
wrap
use
around
one
your waist
hole.
16 times.
I don't know about you guys in terms of fluctuating, but I don't. I use the same hole always, so I never have to use another hole. So just one hole gets way too much use, and then it becomes kind of
Every time Feeney
used.
buys a belt, he has to take a pocket knife to like 3
Yeah,
inches
dude, I used
deeper
to-
I
than
did
the
that in
last
high
hole.
school.
Yeah,
I
in
know.
high
Sure,
school I
too,
had to do
for
that.
sure.
But do you
Yeah.
know if you just go to like a shoe shining place, they'll just do it for free? I give them
They'll punch
$1,
you?
but
Well, you're just supposed to buy one that's a size up from your waist. That's how you figure that out. But
Yeah.
they have a whole leather puncher, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how much do I owe you? And they're like, I'll do it for free. And I was like, I'll give you a couple dollars. It's fine.
You gave them $1, like
I
you
gave them
just said.
$2, one for each hole.
Oh, okay. You just
Yeah.
you said give me one more just in case.
just in case I really let myself go.
Quite the opposite. I've been losing weight, so I was like, I'm stretching it out. You know?
Oh, you did this recently?
Yeah. Because I lost a couple pounds. Whatever.
I know you did, and I've
know.
I've been one of your champions.
So I did it recently, and he fucking punched 2 holes. I was like, let's put another one there. And I was like, we're gonna need a second hole.
Good.
That's how
You know what?
confident I was.
That's good. You're setting a precedent or a goal, not a precedent. Okay,
So
next
I'm
question.
going suspenders. Yeah, let's.
I think we all convoy,
Convoy.
baby.
Yeah, I think so. Convoy. That was
The
a
longest
48-minute
road
long
to a convoy. Yeah.
I don't know what. Oh, wait, this is the one we answered last week. Who would you turn gay for? Okay, if for every piece
We
of
answered
meat
that?
Yeah, we did. I said a person who I know. And
Oh,
you guys
yeah,
were like,
that's
what?
right. I forgot.
I said a person who's easily obtainable.
That's a very funny thing. It's like, who would you go gay for that you could get?
That's a question. I answered
Yeah.
mine. Who would you go gay for that you could get? No celebrities.
I guess
Unless you
Ian,
think you
because
can
it's
get them.
easiest. I'd just let Ian have at it. I'd let him rummage through my ass like it's Mary Poppins' purse.
I have a very strong feeling that
Pulls a coat rack out of it.
I have a very strong feeling that Ian Finance's dick and balls smell terrible.
Yeah, well, that's why my face is going the opposite direction.
Well, you could be on top.
Ugh. I wouldn't want to
yeah.
look at Ian.
What's the point?
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I
No,
don't
I
want to
don't
see
know.
those fucking tattooed legs in the air.
Yeah, no, I gotta say that, to be perfectly honest, I would not sleep with a white guy. It just wouldn't happen. I'd go either Spanish or Asian, hairless, so handsome you can almost call it beautiful. You know, so it's like as close to chick as humanly possible.
Yeah. Which
Right,
isn't
Ricky
really-
Martin. I mean, we all would just absolutely let
Yeah.
Ricky Martin plunder us.
What are some famous gay guys that you would go for?
Mateo Lane.
I'm going to say anyway, so
That's not out yet.
I'm just kidding.
Everyone.
Okay, here's one. If for every piece of meat you ate, you had to kill the animal it came from, would you do it? As in, you can only eat what you kill.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd actually rather do that. If I had the time and stuff, or if I lived in an area, I would rather watch the process of, learn how to do it, obviously. It would be a lot of work, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But you know exactly where your fucking food's coming from, dude. Every once in a while, I'll be on like some, violent dose of hallucinogen, and I'll be sitting there eating something, and I'll just consider the thousands of hands that it's touched before it reached my lips.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Isn't that
fucking
insane to think about?
crazy. It's crazy, and I don't recommend anybody else doing that, but every once in a while, I just shoot down that wormhole and get really depressed.
Yeah. It also completely justifies eating the food. Like you could not feel bad. You could be like, look, I killed it, I get to eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not a part of the process of fishing out the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. Or like having all those cows stand incredibly close to each other and then just like having a miserable life before they die and then being like, does anybody want the rest of this burger? Throwing it in the trash.
Or that bat sharing a cage with a pig.
Yeah. In the soup.
Yeah, I would love to be able to like fish for a living,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was
That'd be pretty
the
cool.
happiest person I've ever met, or one of the happiest people. It was when I went to Hawaii and stayed with Nicole's friend from college, which, by the way, could you imagine growing up in Kauai and then picking Syracuse University to go to?
Were they on suicide watch? 'Cause they should have been.
What's the exact opposite of paradise? Syracuse.
For real.
Western New York during February. That's what it is. But her dad was like a fisherman and, commercial in the sense that he went out on his own boat every single day and like kind of a small reef type of boat and was basically like personally fishing every single day and was just selling what he caught. And he just fucking like Animal from the Muppet Babies had a smile from ear to ear.
Yeah, it's a good life, It's better than fucking like, I'm eating Burger King every couple of days, and that's the complete opposite life.
You don't even know if that was an animal.
No, every time I get Chinese food, I'm almost 100% sure I'm eating raccoon.
Yeah.
There's gotta be.
You sense it as a raccoon,
I just go like, you eat boneless.
Father?
Yeah.
You bite it, you're like, ow, my arm. Double dragon.
Yeah, it's like a voodoo doll. They cut up a voodoo doll of me.
Voodoo raccoon.
Okay, here's another one. If you could only listen or talk, which would you choose? And here's the kicker. If you say you also can't write or sign language. So if you couldn't talk, I guess. What's this question? If you could only listen to people.
So basically,
or
you
talk.
you just are world's best boyfriend, where you just sit and take an ear beating forever and
or
have
world's
nothing
most
to add.
annoying comic.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Or a version of us that we hate.
Yeah.
There are a lot of super famous, super annoying comics. So I feel like that's, and they're very successful.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's maybe the move.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what would we do? Go on stage and just be like, "Tell me
Yeah,
your
yeah,
problems."
yeah. Well, I
I'll
guess
sit here for an
there
hour
is
and make
a-
funny faces.
Yeah, exactly. There is you make funny faces. There is, I guess, an art to being like, and then when the person's like, I don't know what you want.
Brendan, I'll give you
know.
$100 if you go on stage and do a 15-minute set like that.
I would totally take that if it wasn't like fucking like so rare to be on stage now. If we were going up every night, I would fucking do that.
$100.
Oh, maybe I will do that.
That's 47 spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's 6 years of Zoom shows. Okay. So I guess talk, yeah. If you could learn any one skill in the world without trying, like the Matrix style, which would you pick? I think we've answered this already, right?
I mean, why not do it again? Because we probably have a completely different
we
answer.
answered this like one of the first episodes of our Patreon.
What is it again?
If you could learn any skill like the Matrix, just be uploaded with the information, what would it be? And by the way, this has already been like Convoy the episode. I think we haven't even convoyed the last like 4 because
I know. I mean, I guess let's just do Convoy. 1, 2, 3,
1,
4.
2, 3, 4.
What would be like a cool thing to learn Matrix style?
I mean, obviously there's fighting style. So let's run through the options here just so all of us can make an educated choice.
Okay.
There's fighting, obviously. But the benefits of that are just like you don't really get to peel that out all the time. I guess you could be a professional fighter if you want to get hit. Like that sucks.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got one.
Okay.
What about just having, like, being a absolute expert in, like, Hollywood networking? And just knowing all the right things to say to fucking glad hand and fucking, say the right things at parties so that producers and fucking bookers and all that other shit. So not even the talent level of being like, I want to be a better writer. It's like, give me the same skill set I have. Just make me better at making more people want to see that skill.
Yeah, just have literally the gift of gab just put right into your fucking skull.
We have
Oh, we have,
Yeah,
but we just don't have the right kind.
You know what?
Yeah,
I don't
we
even
got
give
the
it.
wrong gift.
I don't think. Fuck industry people. I don't give a shit. I love Laugh Button. Thank you guys. We'd love to do festivals, but
Can't wait to see Mike's pilot come out.
but for real, I'd rather us have the
skill
ability.
would be would come in handy right about now.
No, not at all. I'm great at parties. Industry parties, I'm perfectly fine. But I will say, I would much rather be able to market directly to people better. Feeney, do you have anything? Like, what are you about?
Because what are we doing?
What are we
we
doing?
all are. What are you talking about? We're not.
What are you
on
talking
Netflix
about?
or on the road? What are we're making it seem like we're like, nah, the industry we got handled. What we really need is the people.
That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, why waste that thing on being able to schmooze? Like, who wants to be a fucking used car salesman to industry people? I have no interest in that. What I just said is definitely results in more money towards us, which is being better marketers and trying to rally people to get behind our cause and directly to people, not some fucking needle dick in a dying, on a dying platform.
100%. And if
But marketing in public also comes off like that's why I would say the gift of with industry people, because industry people you can kind of have those conversations behind closed doors at parties. If you're great at networking, then you're doing things that are probably going to be like, hey, everybody, hit up the questions because I want to talk to my fans and see what they're about, which is literally the right way to go about it. But it's like, again, it's the douchey optics of it as a comic. They were like, ugh, God, this feels so gross and slimy. But like that is, so if you were an expert marketer, you'd probably be doing more of that
Yeah,
to
I'm fine
connect with
that.
the fans.
But I also think if you are an expert marketer, you don't need to have that douchey fucking glad hand shit.
You figure out how to market for yourself. You
And
figure
also
out what your message is and what people rally behind. It's like, Schultz isn't a fucking needle dick. He has his own voice and he's figured out his own tone on how to relentlessly market. So it's the same exact thing for the three of us. We would just have to. The idea is to inspire and coin a way for people to grab on to our cause. That's that's what I'm talking about.
No, we could all choose a skill to help the three of us, where Feeney chooses the skill of the industry talking, you choose the marketing, and I learn how to suck a dick.
What do you mean learn?
Get better at.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, hone your skills.
I would like to learn like capoeira. If we're just talking fighting styles, to get be an expert at capoeira. That
I don't know
dieting.
what that is.
It's the Brazilian dance fighting.
Like
like Eddie Gordo.
Like Eddie Gordo.
Why would dance fighting be the choice that you picked? Like
If
you
we're
wouldn't want
choosing
Seems like a
fighting
lot
styles?
of pressure on your joints.
Not if you're good at it. That means your joints are used to it and stuff.
right.
Here's the problem.
But just dance fighting in general is like kind of a big production, and also that takes a lot of balls to bust out a two-step before you go hands with somebody.
I used to do a joke about that, where if somebody was doing capoeira to me, I would try to do it too, but I'd be doing the robot and stuff. I think. But also with fighting is that, and here's the whole meditation douche coming out, is that a lot of fighting, the point to learning it is to become grounded. Like the journey to get good at fighting is the point of learning to fight.
Yeah, of course.
To learn how to fight is to not fight.
Yeah. Kung Fu Panda 2.
I feel like I would do something completely fighting is whatever, but it just kind of saves you in one or two situations in your life. Even the marketing thing, it's whatever. I'm perfectly fine with the skill set already. I would love to just be insane at doing taxes or something, uploaded with that information, just how to optimize my finances at all time.
Yeah.
If I could learn if I could learn high level stock market shit where I just, I can short stocks and do whatever the fuck without having to pore over Reddit for fucking 4.5 days, I'd love that.
I would like to have the skill to be really good at being a cat burglar or something, being able to steal from banks and stuff without
A raccoon burglar.
The raccoon burglar, yeah, without without running in with an AK and doing shit like that, being able to climb the walls of a big building and
Brendan gets uploaded the information and is all of a sudden 145 pounds.
Yeah, I mean there'd be a lot of plungers on me. But.
Yeah, he's 6'3" all of a sudden.
Okay. If you could learn how to play any instrument without trying, which would you pick up?
Piano.
Piano, for sure.
Guitar.
Or drums. I think drums would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Drums is fun to play, but you can't play it alone.
That's true.
That's true. Unless
Well,
you're
you can in your home. You could get out a lot of aggression.
You could
That's
play
why
with
drums are
headphones,
great.
but I'm saying you can't serenade a group of people with a drum set.
Imagine sitting a girl down in front of your drum set and then just fucking smashing a solo.
Sweating. You have no idea how loud it sounds.
You're at the
when
end, you're like,
playing drums.
I wrote that for you.
Dude, my ears.
I'm spinning at her, looking at her. While
my ears.
holding her
My
ears.
ears used to ring for fucking hours after playing drums.
My sister has really bad tinnitus or whatever, because it's tinnitus. That's
No,
what
it's
doctors
tinnitus.
say.
I know.
But
I know.
then why'd you correct me?
Because it just is tinnitus.
Well, it actually just is tinnitus, but
All right.
I agree with you though. Where it just is,
Yeah,
man.
let's just go with what
All right.
everyone's
Yeah.
saying.
You know what? But that's like saying Neanderthal. It's like fuck that. Who cares if it's
that
right?
sucks.
Yeah, it's not what
At
I'm
a certain
saying.
point, a word should change for us.
Yeah, it's us who say it. The word
Yeah.
doesn't even know it's a thing.
Yeah, we have the power here. Who does that word think he is?
Tinnitus doesn't know shit about what we say.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I would change. Let me change to like maybe like the clarinet would be cool. Some sort of jazz instrument.
A woodwind.
Just become a flutist.
I feel like it's kind of. I mean, yeah, I guess flute might be another thing. Ron Burgundy proved that was a possibility. Saxophone is awesome.
Would be good.
Have you watched that?
Sax would be great if you're doing the wind, like, you know.
Yeah. Did you see that? Have you followed that TikTok kid who does like unnecessary jazz solos to songs?
Dude, the one he did for Big Papa.
It was awesome.
It was
that's
good.
the one that put me onto that kid. I think you probably sent it to me. You send me 4,000 TikToks per day.
I do send you a lot of TikToks, yeah. Both of y'all.
And it's so overwhelming. I scroll through them and I'm like, I just got to pick a couple
They're
to
all
like
good,
so he
though.
knows
They're
I'm
all
checking.
Good. I missed it. I missed what you said.
No, you didn't. You said it.
I said it? You're laughing at what I said?
I'm laughing at what Mike said.
Oh, what did I say?
You said you just scroll and like a few random ones so that he thinks you're checking them.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, sometimes I do that.
Okay. Yeah, any jazz instrument would be fucking cool. Just to
I
be
feel
able to,
it-
like,
Yeah.
just go into, like, a jazz... I know, like, jazz clubs, you know, I went to one and it was, like, really lame. But I think if, like, the coolest jazz club, it would be cool to be able to play, except for, like, the stand-up bass, because, again, that's just another instrument you can't play alone to someone. You're like, check this one out.
I disagree. Dude, the stand-up bass, when it's played by somebody competent, it could actually sound awesome. And then even if they do the bow as well... I mean, Feeney, that sounded unbelievable.
That was an amazing impression, and I'm
I was
so
gonna do it
happy
over
we're not
Mike's
just letting
I
it
wish
go
you
by.
did. I would have like totally slowed down.
I'm
going
gonna
to
call you to do that to me to sleep tonight. Yeah.
You ever hear that Stanhope album where he does it over a stand-up bass?
No.
I heard
awesome.
about that, but I also know Mitch Hedberg did that too.
Yeah, I think both of them did.
I'm gonna have my next album. I want Feeney to stand next to me, going.
Yo, that would be outrageous if it wasn't a stand-up bass. It's just Feeney going. Everyone's like, slow it
He
down
just
a little
spins
bit.
himself every once in a while.
Feeney just plucks right in the middle of his sternum.
All right. Next question. If you had to be a character from a classic Disney movie, which would you pick?
Did he just jump out the window?
That question. It's like, I'm sorry, I thought we were adults.
You get this the fuck out of here. A classic animated, I assume, right?
Classic animated
Classic
cartoon
animated.
character?
Yeah.
Disney?
I guess I'd be like Woody. I think Woody's cool. I've
Is
been
that
working on
Is
my-
that Disney? I thought that was Pixar. Is
That is
Disney
Pixar.
Pixar?
That's Disney Pixar. The first Toy Story.
Yeah,
Is
I guess
Disney.
that's a classic at this point, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
1997.
Were you guys Buzz or Woody people?
I was a Woody
I was
guy.
Woody.
Woody all
Woody
day.
all day.
I just
Yeah.
like Tom
Convoy on
Hanks.
fucking Woody, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking
Convoy-
followers like
Convoy-
Buzz.
Convoy on fucking Tom Hanks, Convoy on Woody, and Convoy on being the fucking OG Andy's favorite toy. You fucking coming in here, you new piece of shit, Buzz, with your fucking little light 'em ups and toy buzzes.
Yeah,
We're
psycho.
fucking
Yeah.
cowboys, baby.
Yeah, go sell some Coke.
Yeah. I like when he's like, I like in that movie when he goes, "You are a toy," and Buzz goes, "You are a sad, strange little man."
I mean, both of those sounded exactly like the members. We're really cooking right now. Like
I've
the
been working on my
members.
Tom Hanks impression. No,
Because of all those TikToks you've been sending me
Yeah.
of the guy who does Tom Hanks
Yeah.
impressions.
So you're
I
just
watch 'em.
doing somebody else's?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I was hoping you just do what Canon does and doesn't fucking look at the TikToks I send.
That's not true. I look at every third.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I really try to watch a lot of them, but it's weird because I now understand why people don't watch certain things because thumbnail will just completely be like, nah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, especially because people will send me a bunch and I just like, I watch a second of it and I'm like, didn't get me. Moving on to the next one.
yeah, you missed your chance 0.5 seconds in.
Yeah. So I'm picking Woody. That's who I'll be.
I'll fucking convoy to a Woody real fucking hard.
Okay, are we all gonna be Woody?
I'll be Belle's father from Beauty and the Beast. Crackpot Maurice.
Yeah, he gets put in the dungeon the whole movie.
Dude, I just rewatched that this weekend because I was at my sister's with my niece and crew, and first of all, Gaston is maybe one of the funniest characters of all time because he's just disgusted by women reading. He thinks if they have opinions, it's insane. Like, I can't believe they showed us him when we were kids.
Yeah, I'm sure there were a lot of dudes that were like, "That's who I am."
Yo, I am Gaston. I'm gonna take a bitch.
Did you watch the live action one or?
No. Is that with that's with the chick from Harry Potter?
I watched that.
Yeah, Emma Watson.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was fine. They did it. It was great. I don't know why I said it was fine.
It was great.
It was great.
No shit.
Yeah, I really liked it.
It was way better than that fucking than the goddamn
The Aladdin one?
Aladdin.
Oh
Ugh.
my god, Aladdin!
that's not saying
walked
anything.
out of. It was so
Did
bad.
you?
I walked out of that movie. Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm sorry, but it's funnier than Brendan even seeing that movie alone is him storming out disappointed.
Oh, were you alone?
I was alone. Yeah.
I just guessed it.
I was. Yeah, I was alone. I saw that movie alone, and I walked out mad.
You
went,
probably like slapped
what
the
a-
popcorn
what a
out of some
waste of my
6-year-old's
money.
lap.
I will say Will Smith was great as the genie in that movie, though.
He was not. He wasn't. He
Okay.
really tried. He really tried, but he wasn't good.
You ain't never gonna have a friend like me.
He weirdly enough decided to play a lot of it gay. And it just didn't make sense. Like, it was just a weird, effeminate put on that he had every once in a while, and I didn't mind it. I just didn't get it. It was just a bizarre choice.
I think Robin Williams kind of played the genie gay too.
He plays everything a little gay, but
He did gay voice.
But Will Smith, I will give him 100% like an A for effort. He tried his ass off. There was no winning. It's following Robin Williams. You're going to be compared to the best. He tried his darndest, but he fell short.
Damn, dude. Damn, why even take that role?
I mean, you're Will Smith. How big is your ego? You're like, yeah, I'll be a blue genie. Who gives a shit?
True. But I don't know. I probably would have avoided that. And they gave Jasmine a song, which was like, as a misogynist, I was like, pass.
Yeah. I'm a strong woman and I'll be Sultan one day.
Yeah, don't add any songs.
But they had to.
You're barely hanging on by a thread, Aladdin. You're barely. The only thing that we're sticking around for is that the songs are the same and everything kind of plays off the same. Stop adding extra characters like Nassim, the SNL girl. Who was that girl?
Nassim Pradrad.
Yeah. Why add her? Why is she there?
Because she was
So that
another
the genie
lady.
can have a love interest.
And she kind of looks like the
that
drawing
felt
of
forced.
Princess Jasmine.
Yeah, she would have made a better Jasmine.
She really would have.
Yeah, that whole thing felt it felt like I was watching a woke fest.
The through line song. Yeah, it was completely shoehorned in.
Yeah.
But also, what's it called? The Jafar was the most disappointing part because he was like 22 with a high voice.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, what the fuck are we doing?
Jafar is supposed to be like a 45 to 50-year-old bitter advisor to the Sultan. And he's not supposed to be my age.
Yeah, he's not starting out in his career as a
he's
villain.
not supposed to have the fuck. What's the name of the film?
I don't know, Brendan. Also, you're pretty bitter and resentful already at 29.
No, you're
so
right.
maybe
Yeah,
there is
that's-
some credence.
What a hilarious.
I was gonna say he's not supposed to have the chain smokers on his iPad. That would be
iPad?
fucking hilarious. iPod.
iPod.
This is the last of me on this show. Goodbye, everyone.
That's
about
the new
forced
Aladdin
music.
song.
Yeah. Okay, here's another question. If you could have any band in history create a new album, which would you pick?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Tell you who it wouldn't be. The
Daft
Beatles.
Punk. Oh yeah.
Seen enough.
Yeah, enough.
We
of
got
them.
9 albums for you. If that's not enough for you people, fucking figure it out. Find some more music you like, you fucking lunatics. They gave you 9 albums in like 8 years.
Have you listened to some of the new Paul McCartney music? It's just like, what are you doing, man? This is not good.
I don't know. He probably likes making music. He's 700 years old.
He's 700 years old.
Guy's been living in a fucking coffin for the last
Dude, I don't know why,
centuries.
but the second Brendan was like, Paul McCartney, I just saw Mike's whole demeanor and posture change, and I knew a violently defensive thing of Paul McCartney was incoming.
Do you want to know what hurts me the most? Is Brendan and I went to the Paul McCartney concert together.
I know, and it was great.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. It was like a
fun.
friendship deepening experience. And now this asshole, I find out he wants to cut his head off.
Yeah, it turns out he never liked Paul McCartney. He just loved drugs.
Yeah,
he's
I just taped you and I put it on YouTube. Some retard has fun at a concert, just making fun of you the whole time.
Well, it was just us. Me and Brendan both ate mushrooms, and instead of tripping, we were just kind of nauseous for the whole show in front of kids.
Yeah, just crying.
Both of us were weeping during Blackbird and all that. I mean, he also is like, he is, eating stem cells for breakfast because he's like sashaying across the entire Madison Square Garden stage. He's jumping up on platforms, like sliding on his shoes, and then getting up on a raising device that goes up to like 30 feet, and he's playing Blackbird on a ukulele that John Lennon gave him with no other sounds, and the entire place is like fucking losing their minds.
Yeah, he has the blood of every Beach Boys member in a jar that he just takes shots of every morning. I guess what
I like
band?
a little Brian Wilson today.
I don't know, dude. Maybe like, I don't know. I don't know. You guys go.
What's the question?
What
If you have a band reunite, or to make one more album.
If you could have any band in history create a new album, which would you pick?
Oh, I guess Nirvana's a pretty good choice.
That is a good choice.
That'd be interesting just to see what one more they had in them. Actually, you know what? I would like a Nirvana album with Dave Grohl as a fully actualized rock star. So if they could somehow come back with Dave Grohl, who he is today, as a frontman and a drummer, and they could kind of swap and figure out the energy vibe on that one, I'd like to see that.
I don't know if that would work though, because that was like
either.
that's what he talked about because he did Conan's podcast, and he was talking about how Conan was like, you had all these songs and you never pitched them to Kurt or the band. All these songs you had fucking locked and ready to go, you just do on your own. And he was just like, he's like, well, there's an old saying in music. It's like, what's the last thing a drummer says before getting kicked out of a band? And it's like, hey guys, I wrote this new song. So he's like, plus when you have Kurt Cobain writing, songs and making things, like you kind of just let him lead, and you just go, hey, I'm the drummer for Nirvana. That's fucking awesome. It's so wild that somebody who became as massive a star as he is, was like totally willing to just curb his ego and take a back seat to like someone he considered even. Yeah, I mean it's crazy. I mean, and the band was eventually was on the precipice of breaking up anyway. So who knows, how that might have boiled over if they stayed together another year or two. But
most podcasts can't even handle each other's egos.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I think the Beastie Boys would be cool, either with
But you gotta do it with.
Yeah. But maybe without MCA would be interesting. At least I would like to see what that would sound like. Even if it was bad, it might.
Did you watch the Beastie Boys documentary?
No.
On Apple Plus with the Spike Jonze made?
No.
Oh, dude, I just watched it last night, dude. You'll fucking hate it. It's real bad.
It's bad?
You can, it's so bad. But you can.
Why?
Because MCA's dead, and they decided instead of doing a documentary, because this is Spike Jonze for you folks, can't just do something. Gotta make it weird. He decides that what they're going to do is do a live theater production of him. It basically looked like when Apple announces a new iPod's going to come out, with like a PowerPoint presentation. That was them. The other two of them were just on stage going like, so chapter 1, we start out in Brooklyn, and then like pictures of Brooklyn, and they're like, so I was young, but I wasn't ready to start a band, but I was. Like they literally talk like that, and there's like the audience, you hear them laughing and stuff, and then there's multiple times where there's technical difficulties and they're just trying to like smile through it, but I guess they kept it in because they thought that was like fun and authentic, because again, Spike Jonze, and it's just like, and Spike Jonze is talking on the God mic being like, sorry, we actually skipped ahead, we didn't do this part, and they're like, this is the last show of however long they were doing. They're like, how come we don't have it ready by now? And then, like it was like this whole thing, and you're like, the story of them is awesome, but you're like, the way they presented it is like, it's just like anytime you watch somebody, it's like watching a play, but that was filmed there, but you're watching it on film later on. It just doesn't translate, and it was weird. It was like, you could have just made a fucking documentary, man. It would have been awesome. I knew nothing about the Beastie Boys, like how they started and how they were a fucking thrash punk band, and Russell Simmons, essentially took them and then fucked them for all their money, and same with like Rick Rubin, and just like, it's crazy. And they were
them too?
Yeah, they were just a joke band. Well, Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons started Def Jam, but they just became, they were just they were a joke band. Like they just wanted to be Run DMC, and they were like, this would be funny. And they'll just be like, well, they basically wanted to be, wrestling heels, like villains, where they're like, we just want to be Run DMC, but the white guys, and be trolls, because they got to open for Madonna, and they're like, no one's going to remember that we're going to open for Madonna. They're going to be like, they're not here for us. There's this 13-year-old girl, so they decided to come out and be like, fuck you, motherfuckers, and tell you. So they just were, that was their whole persona, and then they just kept trying to like, change. But yeah, it's definitely a great. Their story is fantastic. Just the way Spike Jonze told it is like. So Spike Jonze.
Well, at least we can wait 10 more years for a good Beastie Boys documentary.
Spike Jonze was only good in Wolf of Wall Street.
And the Sabotage music video he directed.
Did he?
It's groundbreaking and phenomenal, and it's awesome. And that's
wasn't he also
it's great.
in Jackass? Like he helped with Jackass a lot.
Yeah, he did.
He also did Her, so it's like
Her's great too.
It's good.
It's
like I was talking. We just talked. It's so funny. I feel like I'm having deja vu because we had such a long argument last night on Twitch about it. We were comparing Her to Lost in Translation, and it's like, if you think that they're even in the same world, it's crazy, Where it's like,
well, one's an answer to the other, right?
What do you mean?
Lost in Translation. Right? Wait. What am I trying to? That Her is an answer to another movie. Like, I think Lost in Translation is like a letter to someone's wife or husband, and Her is the answer to that from the husband.
What?
Or something like that. I gotta look this up, but I know that's fucking true.
No, Scarlett Johansson is in both movies.
Yeah, but I think they're both like whatever. They're letters to people. Like the movie was made to be like. I think the person who made Lost in Translation was like, this is how I feel in this relationship. I think it was
Sofia Coppola made it.
Is that your artist hand?
Yeah. Hey, Maron. Yeah, and that was like this is
I thought Her was like original, and it was like, oh, this is like something, but it was also just like, it's so weird for the sake of being weird, of just adding like him masturbating to his, like having phone sex with his Siri thing. All of it was just like.
Next question.
If you could remake any movie yourself, which would you pick? I'll pick Her.
Yeah. So you get to actually have sex with Scarlett Johansson instead of the Siri.
Instead of Joaquin, I just go like, I think I should star in this scene.
You cleanse your
really,
own palate.
if you wanted to, because, since how he never actually sees her or her body in any sort of way, since she's just a programmed voice, you could just masturbate to that scene of her
of course, but I
giving
want
you the
her to
instructions.
That would be a good movie. Brendan masturbating to her.
Yeah, it's like
trying to come while being confused. Being like, I know this is a letter to somebody, but
the whole time I'm going, I don't know what she looks like. This chick could be fat.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious at the whole fan conspiracy theory thing you had between those two movies.
I'll look it up when we're not recording, but I think that's true.
Look it up at home, fans, because you'll never get closure here.
Well, we'll talk about it on the next show, which is our Patreon episode. So if you really want to hear about it, join the Patreon.
Yeah. So
Which might or may not come out weeks before this one.
No, it's coming out Wednesday. Both actually come out Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah, so you
This
can
one
literally,
already?
We're
you
all
can
caught
literally,
up, huh?
yeah, you can literally listen to this episode and then go to the Patreon and listen to the follow up of the episode.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. We do talking scenario where we talk about the fucking...
Yeah, we do our own show.
We basically
We couldn't get
do.
Chris Hardwick, so
That's basically what Blunts with the Boys is.
Oh, someone's saying, yeah, wow.
Oh.
Some woman said, "Is her a response to Lost in Translation?"
Okay,
that's
so-
what they're. It's
so the
it's
question
a-
has been posed. It is yet to be proven.
Let's just answer this question right now. If
Okay.
you could remake any movie yourself, which would you pick?
Ooh. I feel like I would
remake any movie.
like something like
remake?
maybe Victory. Have you guys seen Victory?
Is that Matt Damon?
No, it's no. That's Victorious or something like that. It's like almost or Invictus, I think.
Yeah.
But Victory is an old soccer movie, which it's based in during World War II, and it has like Nazi concentration camps. And Nazi concentration camp soccer players play against the German national team, and then they try to plan their escape during halftime. That's the plot of the movie. It's a fucking awesome movie, but I do think it could be made cooler and shot like really sick. But fucking Michael Caine is in it. Pele is in it. The actual amazing soccer player Pele. There's all these different.
Not the actor?
Not the actor Pele. Did I say Sylvester Stallone? He plays the American goalie in it. He's hilarious. It's insane. Max von Sydow is in it. It's a fucking awesome movie, but I think it could be even sicker made now.
Yeah,
When
you'd
in
have
the
to kind
80s
of
did
pick
this
a
come
bad movie. That's the thing, right? Is like you got to find a bad movie that you could make good. Because you're not remaking Goodfellas. It's like, what
Yeah,
are
you
you doing?
can't
You know what I
do
mean? It's
that.
like, so you'd have to find. I'm trying to think of bad movies that I would be like, this could have been good if only. Maybe I'll do Her and just make it better and just take out the weird, tone down the weird to 10% instead of 148.
I like weird.
No, you should just do Her in the future, so the phone turns into a fleshlight that still speaks to him as he
yeah.
masturbates.
I'd remake.
But it's
I'd
all
remake
muffled.
Yeah.
The perfect woman. I would remake Her and Lost in Translation and just call it Lost in Herslation. Just, all right. What I would really remake is I just watched that movie recently, this movie Bowtie that I was telling you about, which is the rap battle movie, which is super cool. The rap battles are very cool, but the rest of the movie is so corny. And I was like, if they just fucking made this really cool, if they took like scenes from 8 Mile or something, and then these rap battles would be like the most perfect movie.
Oh, what if we remade Notorious, but showed, didn't glorify every single moment of his life,
With Puff also. Every moment was Diddy being like, "Are you sure? I don't know, man. You shouldn't sell drugs." Like it was all it was so clear he had final cut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
he's like, Puffy, your dick's so big. I seen it. And no, the end of that movie though, when he's like sitting on the chair and he's like, I'm gonna call back everybody in my life and tell them that they mean something to me. I'm gonna be a changed man. And then the next scene he gets shot, and they're like, fuck off.
I agree that sucks. I would like to talk. I was DMing with Schultz, actually. We were talking about this because apparently Patrice did something similar where he was like apparently turning over a new leaf. The special came out. He was like, he knew he had wronged people. He like wanted to make amends, supposedly. And apparently Biggie kind of went through the same thing where he was genuinely making amends. Obviously, it wasn't one crystallized moment where he called both his baby moms and were like, "Fly out here with my son." It was like over a plot of time. But it is interesting to see like two dudes kind of under maybe maybe inherently know that they were kind of on the way out.
Well, with Biggie, you'd be like, I get it, because fucking, obviously everything that was
heat.
going on in his world, plus, not to mention his fucking, body and stuff. But with Patrice, it's interesting too, because they played that cut from, I don't know if it was from O&A or where he basically was just like, he kind of realized he needs to like play the game more,
Right.
Like he was just like, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be better with all this shit. Like he, which is so funny too, because it's like, you could picture him in 2020 being like, I'm trying, man. It's just, I don't fuck about Clubhouse, like he's just like, just Patrice having to force to get into new social medias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An early adopter, Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah, captioning his
He
videos.
would murder on Clubhouse.
Yeah, you do
Just
so
give
great.
dating advice
His
to any
podcast would be
fucking-
the biggest podcast on earth.
Oh yeah.
On
You'd
Earth.
be like killing it.
All right, sweet. Should we got one or two more questions, right?
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
All right, cool. Guys, thank you again for listening. This is a brand new pod on the Laugh Button, so spread the word. We're completely word of mouth. If you dig the show, write a review, give it 5 stars on iTunes. Again, that helps the show out. It puts it on the charts, all that stuff. Share it around, tell some friends, and again, we got the Patreon, patreon.com/scenario pod. We do a bonus episode just like this, all scenarios. Then we do an additional bonus episode, which is us high off our dicks, just talking about whatever comes into our craniums. And then I do a solo pod. Feeney and Sagalow put up their sketches early, and we put up pretty much enough content for you never to have to watch anything again.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. So we might scale it back. Who knows? But for now, just enjoy the riches. We have over 100 hours of shit up there. So take a look and follow us on our social medias. I know they've been listening throughout the episode. We love the Laugh Button people. They've been really hooking us up with this episode. So again, with this pod. So again, thank you to all the new listeners.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Last question. If you could have gills or wings, which would you pick?
Oh,
That's a good fucking question, dude.
After watching The Boys, it's wings all fucking day.
Gills, though, I think, being able...
They're
You're really
disgusting.
just discovering a whole... I mean, yeah, of course they're disgusting
They're
to
so
look at.
gross. Ugh,
But
they're
once
so
you get-
where
gross
are
in that
they?
show,
Are they on
man.
your? Are they on
Yeah,
your?
they're all
they'd be right
they're
here.
whole things,
By
but
your
they're like
lungs. Yeah.
I'm gonna screen share and show you what it looks like, Cannon.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Mike, you got to watch the fucking Boys.
You don't
But,
tell me anything, dude.
Okay. But, I mean, say you could have, gills that don't look like a fucking disgusting thing.
Yeah.
Ew.
That guy's
so
body
gross.
is perfect, though.
Outside of that, oh no. Yeah, but look
Yeah.
at this.
Ew. Dude, that scene where he's
And they,
having
like-
sex with the girl and
He looks like a
fingers it?
stand-up bass.
Yeah, she puts
That
her
looks like
fucking
the
hands
holes
in
in
it.
a bass, dude.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's
Ew.
hilarious.
She puts her hands in it and
Yeah.
fuck it. There it is. Yeah.
Oh my God, so fucking gross. Yeah.
Does he like it?
So nasty.
Ew,
no,
no, he hates it.
it's like a rape scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
fuck me in my gills.
But
Yeah.
there is a entirely new world that you can experience if you could just go into the water and shit. That seems
Same
so
with
fucking,
the air.
kind of.
So this is so yes. Here's the two real problems with both. Right, out of the air. I mean, people I think in Colorado they had to put out a full blown service announcement not to shoot drones out of the air whenever you see them, or they made it legal. Like you could. There's a couple states that made it legal to just shoot a drone directly out of the air if you see it.
Wow.
Especially if it's over your property. So if you have wings, imagine somebody just freaking the fuck out and shooting the shit out of you. You have better cover and less problems if you're in the water, I think.
The problem with gills is that you don't have fins or flippers, so you're not swimming any faster than you are. You're just
yeah, you're right.
able to be underwater.
Yeah. Then wings
Fuck
all
the
way.
water, man.
And
Wings.
also, whatever's in the water, it's like, you want to go down and fucking talk to a shark? I don't want to fucking know what those little things are
No, but
thinking.
I would love to see abandoned wreckage and stuff and shit. You can go into the water and find caves and stuff and check that shit out.
Brendan would come out with a clam bra and just fucking mermaid fins.
Yeah. And a crab friend.
and a fork comb.
Yeah, you want thingamabobs?
I've got 20.
But who cares?
No big deal. I want more. I think we convoyed our last question.
Yeah,
That was the
wings,
most
baby.
convoys we've ever had. Convoy.
Convoy. This is Convoy the episode. Title, baby. We love you. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening again. Tell everybody you know about the show. Write a review. See you next time.
Bye.
The scenario. Here's the scenario.
Here's the Scenario is Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcasts. For more information about the show, visit here'sthescenario.com.